Hey Avs fans, it's Luca from BarDown. I'm at Ball Arena and I'm about to show you something awesome. Just outside the Avs locker room, there's a wall of memories just waiting to be explored. So let's go check them out. So we're at the beginning of the Avs franchise here, and let's start with maybe a little known fact to anyone that isn't a fan of the team. They didn't start at the Pepsi Center, which is now the Ball Arena. They started at the McNichols Sports Arena from 95-96 to 98-99, and that's where they won their first Stanley Cup. So hasn't always been here, the success, but it's been in Colorado. So we started the journey at McNichols Sports Arena, and that's where they won their first Stanley Cup. And you see the banners here: Pacific Division champions, Western Conference champions, and then 1996 Stanley Cup champions. And I really love the Stanley Cup ring. It's awesome. It's just like very simple. I feel like now all the rings are so big and bulky, and that's kind of become the trend, but I love the red in the background and the logo on it. It's very simple, and I could actually see myself like wearing this ring out, as opposed to maybe some of the bigger rings that I don't know how often you'd wear like this massive hulking thing on your finger. But hey, what do I know? I've never won a Stanley Cup ring, so maybe if I get one, then I'll wear it out everywhere. Got some great shots from the parade. Joe Sakic back there lifting the cup, but have to shout out Claude Lemieux. Avs fan favorite. That's all I'll say about Claude Lemieux, because he is #1 in our hearts, and it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. Stanley Cup champion signs. This just feels like the mid-90s for me. Like they're holding a homemade sign of being Stanley Cup champions. I don't know if I'd see that nowadays. That feels really vintage and really cool. And then of course, you've got the cigar in the mouth. That's a classic Stanley Cup celebration. Hopefully we'll see that in a few weeks. Another cool moment for the Pepsi Center, now Ball Arena, was hosting the 2001 NHL AllStar Game. There are a few really cool things about just this image and that event. For starters, Joe Sakic taking the draw against Peter Forsberg. The only reason this could happen was because the All-Star Game was North America versus the world format back in the day. And I don't know why they've gone away from that. That was a really cool format, showcasing some of the best players, making it a little international style. And the fact that we haven't had Olympic hockey to watch in a while, maybe we should bring this back instead of that. I don't know, just an idea. Another really cool thing is the logo. So it's the Avs logo, but you can see a star, like All-Star, and then the stars at the bottom of the Avalanche, which I think is a really cool touch. I think this is maybe one of the most iconic, if not the most iconic, trophy moments in all of sports. Joe Sakic handing the cup immediately to Ray Bourque in his final season, finally winning his first Stanley Cup and doing it here in Denver, was a special moment that I think hockey fans everywhere can appreciate, and sports fans too. And I think that's really cool. It's something unique about hockey where it's the captain gets the trophy and then passes it to everyone. And so for the captain to just get it and immediately hand it to Ray Bourque, it just goes to show how much that moment meant to not only him, but for Sakic and the rest of the team to share in that moment with him and make it even more special. It gives me goosebumps just thinking about it, and seeing it on this wall is very fitting. When we talk about records, this one is just absolutely incredible. The longest consecutive game sellout streak, NHL record of 487 games. And that speaks to every Avs fan out there that has come and watched and supported this team, not just from that period of time, but from the inception, from the first moment they came here. I don't think there's any other thing that truly showcases how passionate Avs fans are about this team and how much they love their team than this record right here. So this is not only a Colorado Avalanche team record, but it's a fan record too. It's a really shared thing that we can all really be proud of as Colorado Avalanche fans. This season here, 2013-14, was the first time I've ever been to Colorado, and it was the first season that I watched an Avs game here in Denver. Previous seasons, I had only been able to watch them when they came to Toronto, so coming to the Pepsi Center for the first time was just a dream come true. And this season was just absolutely wild. It started with this 6-1 win, new scoreboard, and Patrick Waugh almost fighting Bruce Boudreau in the first game. That was insane, and it also provided us with another bad Minnesota memory, so it just fueled that rivalry even more. We also got our first shot to play outdoor hockey in 2016 and in Rocky Stadium. I mean, unbelievable. Look at this scene. This is beautiful. And against the rival Detroit Red Wings, I may add. That makes it even better. And they had like the alumni game the day before as well. So you saw like Sakic and Claude Lemieux on the ice with Chris Draper and Stevie Y. And I imagine there might have been some bad blood, but everything turned out okay. There weren't any fights. It was all good. This game, however, I can't promise that there weren't any fights, but love the jerseys, love the atmosphere, and I can't wait till Denver hosts another outdoor game. This is one of my favorite parts of this wall, and it's the trophy cabinet and the retired players. As you can see, the Avs have 6 numbers retired, all so well deserving of being retired, and they'll have a few more by the time it's all said and done. I'm talking about Nate and Gabe and Kale and Nico, hopefully, and hopefully many, many more players after that. The trophy wall is really cool though, because you can see that, I mean, the Avs have had great players and great teams over the years, but not a lot of like individual trophies as far as like players consistently winning them every year. But I think it just goes to show how hard it is to win these trophies, but also just how good the players that did win them are. Like, you've got Sakic that won the Hart, the Conn Smythe, Forsberg winning the Art Ross and the Hart. Some people forget Milan Hajduk won the Rocket Richard in 2003. And the Avs have 4 Calder winners in their history, starting with Chris Drury in 1999 and the most recent one, Cale Makar, in 2020. So really cool. And I've noticed also that there's like a really big empty space here for Colorado's first Norris Trophy winner in franchise history, Cale Makar. It's gonna go right there. Next time we walk through these halls, once that trophy is announced, it's gonna be the Norris, Cale Makar, 2021. I can't wait to see it. Finally, we've got the team captains, and there have only been 4 in Avalanche history, and 2 of them were really short time spans, like Adam Foote from 2009 to 2011, and then Milan Hajduk for 1 year before it eventually was given to Gabriel Landeskog, who is still the captain, has been for a decade. And I think it's really cool that the Avs have had 4 captains. They've all been longtime players with the team, and for 3 of them, in Sakic, Hajduk, and Landeskog, it's the only team they've ever played for. So they haven't gone on to another team. They never did at the end of their careers. They retired as Avs, started as Avs, and in Sakic's case, at Quebec Nordique. And I really think that's cool. I also think it's cool that, unlike some teams that are kind of in different positions where they don't name a captain for some years, the Avalanche have always had a captain. They've never not had a captain. And the only gap might have been this one between Hajduk, but Gabriel Landeskog was given the seat right away, became the youngest captain at the time in NHL history, and it's absolutely well-deserved. So this wall is legendary, and I'm excited to see once Gabe retires in a million years who the next captain is going to be up on this wall, because they're not going to have anyone to add for a long, long time.